Hello and welcome. In this video, I want to go over order book and talk about strategy, understanding what it means, what it can transpire towards, and I'm going to be using the extra bytes for that, and how the order book looks at around 11:20 p.m. New York time, 8:20 p.m. California time. All right, so instead of the extra bytes chart, this is actually my Bitcoin's gained through trades. And this level here represented when XBY was first at 1500. And because I've been doing well at picking areas where I think markets will stop going at least up anyway, and down for that matter for the most part. But I look at myself today, well, Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, but XBY is half the price that it was when it first got there. And I got the same as I did back then. And this was the second time XBY hit that 1500 plateau. And that's because when you're able to buy low, sell high, then you're able to outperform any base market in which you're trading. And that's my goal. And you go through a lot of sideways actions, even for my bankroll. And then, you know what? This one in here for me, this one was tough because I was doing well, and I think I was doing Bella at the time, maybe PivX, probably PivX, can't remember. But anyway, all of a sudden it started doing well, and that's great. And then next thing you know, same thing here. And this was XBY just going sideways or not doing so well, and it had a big fall. This is when it fell down to like 230, 240. And I was buying like crazy. And good thing, because look what happened. And then I loaded an okay amount, made sure that I profit took a little bit. And this is what I think is important for myself is my own portfolio management. And if you're doing a lot of trading, I think the same should be said as well. But let's move on to the order books. And this is on Yobit, YOBIT. And at this time, the bid-ask ratio is 746, 723. And what I do is I put everything in orders before I go to bed. And I'm going to bed soon. So I sold everything but the fractional amounts. My last order was selling 6,010.98 at 3,300. So if the price gets that high, I'll give you a deal. You can get 6,000 off me, but I doubt it's going to happen. But just in case, and that's what I like to do on the just in case scenarios. I mean, the best I've hit was a 1,500 spot when the price was around 12 or in that area. So that was the best I've ever got. And I've had some good buys, more buy orders than anything. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's just making sure you have your orders in. But we can notice on the sell orders, this is pretty big, pretty big actually. As we have a situation of someone looking, I think they're probably selling half a million. And then there's 61,000 other ones probably. But either way, there's a huge sell wall at 4.5 Bitcoins. So a lot of strategy would be, okay, I'm going to try to sell within these numbers in here. And there's 68% in here. So people are doing that strategy, thinking that it's not going to beat it because it's going to be so difficult for people to take out that 800 wall. And it may be. And on the other side, I can't get the Bitcoin sum, but the biggest buy wall, or at least the next lowest one, is at 665. So that means you can put an order in at 666, 67, 68, 69, and be close to that number. But putting it in at around 64, 63, I think myself is a nonsense play as far as trying to get an order. Go 66 or go 67 if that's what you're looking for. But look at the risk associated with putting in an order of this nature. At any time, if anyone who knows something with a large amount of Bitcoin, they can now are able to buy over, at this stage, well over 5 Bitcoins worth for under 800. That's obviously available because it's 5 at the 799 and 800 cumulatively. It's over that. It's about 5.3 with just these 4 numbers in here. But that's not even really so much the case, but more so. If there ever becomes a situation where this market gets out of control, or not out of control, but has a very good rally, especially on really the CSEX, the currency, cryptocurrency exchange, and it breaks well past 800, and bidders come into play, which means bidders come in even past 800, buyers will come in up to 900 maybe, and even breaking 900. And next thing you know, you got $500,000 for sale at 800 when buyers are coming in control at 900. So as hard as it could be to pick away, or for it to go, but that's picking away is exactly what would happen. There would be people that see, oh, wait a second here. It's only 800 here, yet people are, they must know something, and then of course they usually go that way. So that's the danger in putting up buy wall or putting a large amount into buy and sell orders, that you could get in on the short end of the stick if a situation like that is to occur. And to show you, let's move this on and see what the other exchange has right now. And the yellow bars represent what I'm playing. So if you're in the mood to buy, and it does get well over 800, I'm selling just a very small amount, just a little over 1,000 at 853, and a little more at 894, and there's a whole bunch of sell orders, all the way down to hack 5 digits even. That's I'll put insane orders in, and I got buy orders. I'm not going to say how low it goes, but it goes pretty low. But my highest is in at 661. I'm buying a few thousand there if it goes there. It only takes 60% of a Bitcoin to bring the price down, which isn't that much. So I realize I don't think I want to be buying 680, 690, or anywhere north of this number. And this could be easily taken out, so I'm going to be buying larger below. And you'll even notice in the 500s there's a much, much bigger wall. And I got a much, much bigger buy order above that one, in case, of course, it happens to go there. If you get the big flash move, if it's at 7 and change and it happens to go to 5 by the next so many hours, or a very quick move because someone just sells like a lot at one time and they don't mind selling it right now, say 725 down to 600 like it's nothing. People do that all, I'm not going to say all the time, as far as here and there, a few times a month. Different places I see it, yeah, quite frequently. Maybe more so on the Yobit site, I don't know, but that happens. So when it does, and especially when it's a little thin book, you can, someone can sell like a few Bitcoins worth and bring it down to 500 in one shot, and I just think that's a terrible selling strategy if you want to get out. I'll never deny getting out in a spot, but if you wanted to get out, there's better ways, I think. Anyway, throwing that aside, if this does happen to work out, it only takes a Bitcoin and a half to get it to like high 800s, 1.7 to get it to 910. If buyers come in, because they'll do that, even though there's 800 available, that's like line shopping. And then they'll just buy it up, because I've heard in the sports gambling business by the pros, if you're in Vegas and you want to bet on a sports team of some sort, or any type of sporting thing to bet on that you can, don't just go to one casino. Walk to the next one or drive to the next one, or find out what the lines are. At least through the internet these days, you can do it on your tablet, so you can see what the odds are. And you're like, okay, you'll see, oh, this casino has this price. Let's walk over here because it's the cheapest. So in a situation here, let's just assume something like this were to happen, and people are buying this up to 850, 880 even. Let's just say they do touch this 880. Boom. And this person, of course, didn't look on the Yobit site and could have bought cheaper. Now another person wants to buy big, and they see it's 888 here, and then all these other numbers, of course, and then they look on Yobit and they're like, okay, maybe I'll deposit some Bitcoin there. And then you have to play the waiting game, because it can take anywhere from 10 minutes to usually 45 minutes 30 minutes is more normal. I've even waited hours. But once the Bitcoin transfers there, that's what would happen. Another reason, again, where a big whale, as they call them, if they see buyers in control here, they'll take up on those offers. And just something to point out, but it's worth noting there's a lot more things I could go over within understanding order books, but it's best, it's something you learn with experience and just when you see things. Because I'm just getting a good feel right now with XBY, as I've learned a lot in the last few months. Really the last few weeks mostly. And I'm just going to go over I just went over the basic bits here. But yeah, thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.